Is how to install your laser tube into your OMtech laser cutter. When your laser cutter is delivered, it is mostly complete. Everything you need is already put together. Doesn't need any sort of other assembly, apart from usually the laser tube, which goes in the back here, is missing and comes separately. And it will usually come in a box like this, really well wrapped up. However, this is actually the first one I got originally, and I just want to show you guys how fragile these tubes are. You can see here, even though we've got loads of packaging here, sometimes they can be super fragile, and on the inside they can break, and you can see here it's like actually just split completely down the middle. I'm only showing you this because when you are installing this, just be super careful when handling the tube. It's easy to install, but it is really, really fragile. Luckily, OMtech got this replacement out to me in 2 days. Like, they're literally amazing. Like, if anything like that happens, just contact them and they will help you out. So basically, when it comes to the tube itself, at this end, this is your earthing end, this screw right here. That's where your grounding cable is going to go. This here is your, as labeled, water outlet. So this is where your water cooling system is going to connect. There's a clear tube inside the back of the machine that hooks onto there. And then at the other end right here, you've got this red cap. This is not a piece of packaging, all right? So don't throw this away. This is a sort of insulating protector which stops your laser tube from arcing between itself and the actual housing of the machine. So this red piece is really important. Don't throw this away. And when you remove this red piece, what you will find is your live connection point, another screw right here. And then also at this end on the underside, I'll just carefully lift it. You can see right there, that is your water inlet valve just underneath. So your machine will come with this tools and accessories kit, and inside of here, you will find a set of Allen keys. This Allen key is going to be what undoes your clamps on these screws right here. See, they just fit in and undo like so. Once these are undone, you can just move them out of the way by turning them to the side. The firing end of the machine, you will find a panel like this with a few screws, or this could be a box extended out the size of your machine. It depends on which machine you have. The same Allen key will undo these screws, and you just want to take this panel or box off. Inside of here, you'll find either 1 or 2 of these little black towers with the dust covers. You want to take the dust covers off. If you have 2 of these little black towers at the back, it means that one of them is the red dot beam combiner, and then you would have mirror 1, which is what I have here. Or if you have one of these towers, it's likely that it's just going to be mirror 1. So this is the firing end of the machine. The laser fires this way, hits mirror 1, and that's what sends it into the machine to your actual laser head, which then has a couple of other mirrors to then fire the laser towards your material. When you install the tube itself, there are some suggested mounting points, but ultimately you want to make sure that the end of your laser tube is about between half an inch and an inch to mirror 1 or the red dot beam combiner. So once your clamps are undone, you can get to lifting in the laser tube carefully. So this is the grounding cable around the grounding screw. And then I'm going to screw that into the firing end of the laser tube. And then we do the same with the live cable at the other end of the tube. And remember to push that big red silicone insulating cap back on the end. Now you should have 2 water tubes, one short one and one long one. See that blue one going all the way to the other end? This one is shorter because it's only designed to reach the water outlet connection, which is right here. You just push it over the end like so. So my water inlet feed is this blue pipe, the long one that goes right across, and that fits in the same way in the water inlet valve just underneath where your silicone cap is. And to those you can add some little hose clips, but remember to not do them up too tight. The connector is made of glass and you don't want it to break. And any excess water feed pipe you have, you can just feed back into the machine down this hole so it's not hanging around all over the place when you come to close the door down. Now before we clamp everything down and secure it, the last thing to install is this. This is a dust cover for the firing end of the laser tube. So at the firing end of the laser tube, there is a little disc that unscrews like so. I'm going to take that little disc and feed the dust protector through it, like so. And then we just screw the disc back into the firing end of the laser tube. And once again, you want to make sure the end of that tube is about half an inch away from mirror 1. Then when your clamps are hand tight and your side panels are back on, that's your laser tube fully installed. If you want to learn more about setup or running of a laser machine, just hit the follow button.